OK, welcome back to the show with Helen and Christian. I am so pleased to say we're joined by one of Britain's greatest opera singers, Sir Bryn Terfel. Welcome, Bryn!
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
So exciting. So Bryn has performed all over the world, as you know, from opening the Rugby World Cup alongside Shirley Bassey to performing at King Charles's Coronation. Let us have a look at you in action in 2014, singing at the Proms.
And the world will be better for this, that one man scorned and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable star.
No, I just say thank you very much, Bryn Terfel. All right, that's all that's needed. That's all we need today. My goodness. Well, I mean, when did you realise you had that voice?
Maybe when I was about 6 years old, my parents would take me out to competitions in Wales, the Eisteddfod, which is a wonderful breeding ground for talent. Not just singing, but reciting, playing instruments. I
always assume with puberty, with blokes, your voice can change completely because you can lose it or you can gain it.
Yeah.
But you didn't. You had it before that.
Funny enough that you mentioned that. My parents paid for a local recording studio, which is called Sign, which is one of the most brilliant recording studios. But they had a day for me as a boy soprano. And that day, my voice broke. And I couldn't sing those songs.
Wow.
And I was crying, thinking, what's happening? Because my parents have paid for this day. And that was the day. So I went straight from a very ugly-sounding boy soprano to a bass baritone voice.
Gosh, but you still had the voice. You still had... Can you sing, Christian?
I can, yeah.
You can?
I've got a, yeah.
There's two of you.
I've got a
I
grade
can't.
A.
I'm just... People say you just need to train.
I've spent all morning trying not to fangirl, to be honest with you.
Have you? So, look, the thing you need to know is that Bryn is serving as head coach on the brand new Welsh language version of The Voice. You're not just a coach from the sidelines, though, because we do get to hear Bryn's famous bass baritone. Let's have a look.
I haven't seen that.
Stirring.
That's the first time I've seen that. I'm so excited to be a part of this programme. Oh.
Yeah, tell us about it. It's on S4C, right? And the iPlayer as well.
Obviously, if you want to watch it, the subtitles, on the iPlayer, on Click, which is the S4C where you can watch back. But, yeah, we are the 75th country to take this format. And you know how it started in Holland was... When you have an audition for an orchestra as an instrumentalist, you play behind either a curtain, so it's a blind audition. So they had that concept and thought, right, let's turn this around to The Voice. So have the coaches facing one way and then they have to react to that voice. And, Jeremy, it doesn't matter what language you're singing in, you can still enjoy that song.
Yeah.
It's in Welsh, obviously.
Do you like the captions? Because I sort of think I don't want to be reading the English translation.
Yeah.
Even though I can't understand the Welsh words, I'm happy to just... It's that beautiful rhythm to your language.
Oh, thank you. That's a great endorsement that we sang the song pretty well.
Well, I don't think... Well, the issue is always with languages that are not spoken by many millions is to what extent we all should defend them. Where are you on that, Christian?
I'm a sort of latent Welsh nationalist.
Are you?
I think I completely agree. I mean, I was talking earlier. I used to go on holiday every year to Wales and North Wales, which is where Plaid Cymru are the strongest.
Of course.
And no, I think we do have to preserve the language and the history and the culture. And I think actually rates of Welsh speaking are ticking up in recent years. It's sort of going the
Well, this
reverse
programme
way
will
to a lot
help.
of
I mean,
languages.
that will help, won't it? For sure. I mean, because it's such a celebration.
Undoubtedly. I'm taking my kids to school every morning. I'm a little bit under the radar where this program is concerned, but I can see the kids at the school kind of looking at me and thinking, I'm going to be watching on Sunday, Bryn. You know, they haven't got the courage to tell me at the moment. But, you know, what's really interesting is the diverse performances that we heard. We're halfway through at the moment. So we've gone down from 44 singers to us choosing 8, and we're already down to 3 now. So, you know, these people, sometimes they've been hiding in a choir, for instance, in the mezzo section or in the bass section, and all of a sudden, they have to sing a solo in front of an audience and 4 judges. And we've got great judges. There's lots of banter between us, and we're all from very different aspects of music. But the songs are just fantastic, you know, from reggae to pop to soul to classical. Yeah.
Well, I know you're a passionate advocate for Welsh music, and the Royal Welsh College of Music and Drama has launched the Sir Bryn Terfel Song Prize. Correct?
Yes, next November.
And is that for writing a song or singing one, or what's the sort of driver?
It's, well, you know, the arts at the moment in Wales are on their knees.
I know. I wanted to mention this.
We are losing so many incredible introductions into this kind of field of singing. So I wanted to bring song. And I had a foundation, but I felt I didn't have the time to add towards what we already had. So I then gave it to the Royal Welsh College of Music and Drama, who've got such passionate people working around it. And yes, the competition, first of all, is based around colleges in Britain, but hopefully we can go worldwide with this. And they have to sing one song in Welsh, Jeremy. Yes. So the Welsh language is there, and the Welsh repertoire is there. And then they have to sing a song from their country and in their language. So I think that's the interesting points that we have in that competition. Great money for whoever's going to win it. And in my foundation, I always thought people should get money whilst they're studying, because they leave colleges with such debts now. Yeah. And that colours the way they're going to choose. Which way do they go? Do they go to Glyndebourne to sing in the chorus, or do they try and you know, have themselves as a principal role singer? You know?
So I noticed just on the national news, they said the National Theatre of Wales is shutting down due to lack of funding. That's a brutal blow. And then there's this story last week. Cardiff University has cut loads of things, including, I think, the music department.
Yeah.
And so they're just doing geography and history now, are they, or something? You know, how do they make that choice?
You know, the Welsh National Opera, for instance, we're losing performances in different cities. We're losing outreach, you know, to go to schools. And that's really sad for me. And yes, we've lost the weekends in the Royal Welsh College of Music and Drama. And as you say, the university, the music department. What's happening?
I don't know.
So, and therefore, is it up to me now to start something? You know, I've had a great career in what I've been doing. And I think I should start something with teaching singing in schools.
Brilliant.
From primary schools onwards.
We're right behind you with that. Do it. You. Come on and tell us about it when you do it. Now, I want to just make sure I say the voice correctly, the programme time. It says it on the autocue, and I want to go ulay.
A llais, which is 2 L's in Welsh.
A llais. Would you have been OK with that, Christian, with your Welsh?
I can do the llais. Was it e llais?
Like llais. Helen?
Not a chance. I'm not going to try. Sorry.
Well,
I'll try a llais.
A llais, yeah.
A llais.
A llais. Yeah. If you go to Llangollen, for instance, that's X, isn't it? Yeah.
Right. Well, I did go to North Wales.
My sister had a choir competition there a few years ago in Llangollen.
Yeah.
Beautiful place.
So, yeah, it's an international
Yeah,
started by W.S. Gwyn Williams just after the war, wanting to bring countries together through, you know, the arts, music, dance.
I mean, Wales is the home of choral, really, the home of choral singing, isn't it? Or it could be. If we sort out the arts funding problem.
Indeed. Yeah, we are.
The guy on the right speaking here, you know, suddenly the sluices are open for the money now.
We are described sometimes as the land of song, but I think it's the land of music. We've got to broaden that aspect. And today is Welsh Music Day as well, so bands will be performing all over Wales, and there's a couple of concerts in Shoreditch I've read as well, you know. So this is a 10th year for that, and anything that will also strengthen the language, as you said, the learning Welsh has become something since the TikTok era, something that people are interested in.
Good,
and they're downloading these apps to learn a language.
You've got to use it or lose it, and we will lose it.
Reis.
Yeah.
Reis will air on S4C and BBC iPlayer with subtitles. I don't know if you do this. I would sort of block them off and just enjoy the rhythm of the Welsh language and the song from Bryn and colleagues. So it's from the 9th of Feb with the final on March the 29th. Stay with us for a few stories, so we just talk about what's in the papers. We've got a man fined for a loudspeaker call at a French station. Loudspeaker call me. That's such an old-fashioned way of saying it. Which paper is this? Oh, this is the BBC, a loudspeaker call. So that means he's got the speaker on his phone on, yeah. OK. What do we think, Christian?
Well, I don't know if €200 was enough. I mean, I think a lot of voters would be in favour of the death penalty for this sort of stuff. I think in a poll, they said that a YouGov poll found 86% of Brits say it's unacceptable, which seems slightly low. I'm concerned about the 14% who don't.
Well, they're making the noise.
Well, exactly, and it's just...
and they're always on the train I'm on.
Across Europe, we're just losing manners, isn't it? It's a manners issue. And it's
I don't know, because don't we have to... I'm Gen X, you're Gen X as well, probably.
Gen Z.
Gen Z? Where are you, Gen X?
Gen Z, yeah.
We've got to understand Christian's generation and the millennials and what I think we've got to go with it. I'm really sorry. So when I see
it's manners. You've got
but yes, your manners. When you see a teenager on a bus playing his phone on a speaker, I think, OK, but we've destroyed the planet and they're going to have to sort it out. The least we can let them do is play bad music on their phones.
Do it quietly.
Let's go to hell in a handcart.
Where are you?
It's very rude. Yesterday I was having breakfast and somebody in the next table was watching something on his phone, yeah. And I literally did say, why don't you use your headphones? You know, I'm just having a breakfast here and I want to have my breakfast and enjoy it and read my newspaper. And
I made somebody move on the train once just by glaring at them.
Did you?
Yeah. I glared and he moved.
Occasionally, I have carried spare headphones around, like really cheap pairs, and I've because you offer them. That's the thing. Say, if you've forgotten your headphones, you can have mine.
One of my theories is I wonder what would happen if you went and sit next to them and started blaring out your own music. Just passive-aggressively, because you're not doing anything worse than they're doing, but they'd be annoyed by it.
And I have got the whole back catalogue of Theatre of Hate as well, the punk band. So, Bryn in the Mail, the two Donnies. Right, I want to show you this. I'm hoping we've got some pictures of Donny Osmond, who's doing a Vegas residency alongside his younger self. There they are back in the day. There he is, and there is Donny. Now have a look.
Hi, I'm Donny Osmond.
And I'm Donny Osmond.
Yeah, but I'm the real Donny Osmond.
But I'm the original Donny Osmond.
I got a question for you. What does it feel like to sing with yourself 50 years in the future?
Well, it's kind of like singing with my grandpa.
It's funny, they never, ever say anything interesting, these AI. What do you think of it? Because you want the kid to kick off or something, or...
Right, I'm going to name drop here now. And I sang a song by Benny Andersson 10 years ago in a show in Stockholm. And we've kind of kept in contact. And last year, he invited me to go and see his show, the ABBA show, Violin. And watching it through the silhouette of Benny Andersson, who was more interested in listening to the live band than, of course, watching himself when he was in his 30s. Yeah. It was the most magnificent, so steel.
So you're happy with hologramming up people?
Well, I was really happy to be there for that show because it's somebody that I would have loved to have seen ABBA, as I would have loved to have seen Queen perform live. You know, these are the bands that I followed. But would I love to sing a duet with Luciano Pavarotti, the Pearl Fishers duet by Bizet? No, I missed that chance, and I would have loved to have done it live on the stage.
OK, so you wouldn't want to do... Or your younger self, there's another one.
Most probably...
Pre-voice break.
The six-year-old Brin.
Yeah, it's frightening, isn't it? No, I don't think so.
That's a bit creepy, singing with yourself. I don't particularly like seeing myself at 56 years of age. Never mind seeing myself at 14 as well.
The ABBA was great, but it was stilted in the conversations with the audience. And what I wanted was someone in the audience to say, "Get off, you're rubbish," and the guy to start an argument. Because that would have really made me believe in it. But it's the technology. And, of course, we want to see Queen in hologrammatic form. We want to see Bowie. I would love to see Elvis do that.
I went to Queen at the O2 a couple of years ago, and they didn't have a hologram, but it was one of the most emotional moments I've seen on stage. Was they did "Love of My Life"?
Oh, I've seen that.
And Brian May's playing the guitar, and then they have Freddie up on a screen with his vocals isolated, which I wonder if may have been done with AI, like the Beatles did with their song a couple of years ago. And that was a very emotional way of doing it, and I think it would have lost that if it had been a gimmicky hologram.
Well, if you needed Brian May to be real, because I've seen a clip of that moment, and Brian is almost crying.
It's really emotional.
Yeah. Well, listen, thank you, Bryn, for coming in. Brilliant to see you. Iklai, the voice will air on. I'm just checking your expression to see if I got that.
Dice.
Dice. Well, let's do this properly. Go on, do it one more time.
Dice.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. Sorry, let me do this properly. The voice will air on S4C and BBC. We'll take it seriously. BBC iPlayer with subtitles. We do really, we're trying to get it right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very important.
So good to see you. From the 9th of Feb, final on March the 29th. We'll have more after the break when Vanessa will be joining us. We'll be putting her vocabulary to the test and we'll find out why lazy people may live longer.